Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the March 10th, 1950 episode of Canadian Championship Wrestling here from Ottawa, Ontario. We've got an interesting show tonight. 3 top matches coming your way, and we start off first with 2 newcomers here in Ottawa. Ed, Don George, and Vic Christie. Let's go down to the ring.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from New York, weighing in at 230 pounds, Edward Don George.
So coming to from our neighbors down south in New York State, Ed Don George out of Hava, New York, 44 years old. Coming into this matchup, he's been a mainstay in the professional wrestling scene for quite some time. Making his debut tonight here in Ottawa, opening up our show. This is going to be an exciting match between George and Christie. Just fantastic action we bring to you every Friday night here in Ottawa.
And his opponent from Huntington Beach, California, weighing in at 224 pounds, Victor Christie.
Actually from Glendale, California, Vic Christie comes to us at 37 years of age. Another interesting debut here in Ottawa. George is a former 5-time AWA World Heavyweight Champion and a former 3-time World Heavyweight Champion. He also has another World Heavyweight title to his credit from another recognizing body. George starts off pushing Christie back into the corner. Christie himself is a former 2-time World Heavyweight Champion by the same body that recognized George. Christie with a spinning maneuver to plant George face first into the mat. And he also won the MWA World Heavyweight Championship back 3 years ago. So both these guys, former world champions. This should be an interesting match. Right now, George is back on his feet. He's got Christie delivers a suplex, hooking both arms behind his back and delivering the suplex. But Christie takes down George and delivers a kick to the chest. And now he's going to slam the back of George's head into the ring. And delivers a stomp to the back of the arm. Headlock on, but George is able to get out of it. And he puts a headlock, a chin lock on of his own, and now both men are free. George is going to go for the airplane spin. A move designed to get your opponent dizzy. George catches his balance and goes the other way. Definitely going to mess with the equilibrium of Vic Christie. But also, as you can see, Don George is rather wobbly. Now a chin lock applied. Actually, more or less, so trying to yank the head off the body. George going for a slam. Oh my goodness, dropping him throat first over the top rope, and the referee will go for the cover, but Christie's going to get out at one. That Don George is going to have to do more than that. Irish whip into the ropes, back body drop, and a knee to the back. And the fans seem to be getting behind George early on here. Misses with a drop kick. Christie with a European uppercut. And then a back elbow, taking George down. Hard right hand, but George steps over a blocked kick and delivers a back spinning kick of his own. Unbelievable maneuver. Using the turnbuckle to his advantage, the referee's got to step in here and break this up. That is not allowed in professional wrestling. George showing off to the crowd. Fantastic move. What is he doing here? Look at the strength from Ed Don George into a bridging pin, but he cannot get a 1 count. Referee out of position. Side headlock. Oh, hard right hand. Now George throws Christie over the top rope. Both these men going at it on the floor now. Vic Christie, the silver streak, in trouble as that Don George drops him on the mat outside the floor and then tosses Christie back into the ring. Ed Don George began his in-ring wrestling career in 1929, has spent 21 years since that debut. Actually retired 8 years ago, but the promoters here in Canadian Championship Wrestling were able to convince him to come back for this match. But Christie goes for the cover, cannot get the pinfall, gets a 2 count. Christie with a hard clothesline. Back body drop to George. George may have wished he'd stayed retired, ladies and gentlemen. Spine buster from Christie. He's grabbing George up. Misses a clothesline. George bringing Christie back down, and he goes back to wrenching and yanking at the neck. Grinding that headlock. Christie trying to fight out of it. He's free. We're 5 minutes past into this match already as George with an uppercut. Christie back elbow. Back and forth these two men battle. George wildly misses a dropkick. Not sure what he was going for there. Goes for another one. This time he connects. Head Don George pulling out all the stops. 8 years out of the ring, and he doesn't seem to appear to have lost any rust. Or have any rust, I should say. But Christie delivers a kick and knocks George off his feet. Christie with a stomp. He's going to try and keep George down, but he takes some time to show off to the fans. And right back to work. Oh my goodness, a flying leg scissors vice takedown, and he goes for the cover, and Vic Christie gets the win. Ladies and gentlemen, Vic Christie is able to defeat Ed Don George in his return to a wrestling ring. George might go back into retirement after this one. It was nice to have George back in action, but Christie delivering that leg scissors takedown, whatever you want to call it, and that's enough to get the pin. And Vic Christie
here is your winner, Victor Christie.
It's nice to see new talent coming through Ottawa, giving the fans some of the big names they've read about throughout the 1940s. Here as we begin the 1950s. Ottawa, sure to be a hotbed of professional wrestling. We've got more action coming for you up ahead, so please don't go anywhere. Don't change the channel. We'll be back after these messages. Next up on our show, Lord Al Mills takes on Tex Riley. Let's head down to the ring. Al Mills coming to us from Camrose, Alberta, Canada, making his 6th appearance here.
Making his way to the ring from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing in at 265 pounds, the National Wrestling Alliance International Heavyweight Champion, Lord Albert Mills.
Lord Alfred Mills out of Camrose, Alberta, Canada. Just 2 weeks shy of his 45th birthday. Currently the reigning National Wrestling Alliance Canadian Heavyweight Champion out of Calgary, making his 6th appearance here in Canadian Championship Wrestling. He has definitely established himself as one of the least favorite wrestlers here of this Ottawa crowd. This title belt is not on the line. It is not sanctioned here in Ottawa.
From New Mexico, weighing in at 220 pounds, Ted Riley.
Big Tex Riley out of Muleshoe, Texas. About 43 or 33 years of age, making his 2nd appearance here in Ottawa. Riley, relatively new to the professional wrestling scene. He is a former Mid-American Southern Tag Team Champion, which he held with Herb Welch back last year. I should say he's not relatively new. He has been wrestling for 13 years, but he hasn't had a lot of championship opportunities so far in his career. And the two men lock up, and Mills with a takedown, fancy takedown. He's got Riley on his stomach already, and he's not giving up. Albert Mills. I think I called him Alfred earlier. It is Albert. Former Rocky Mountain champion, former NWA Idaho heavyweight champion. He has been the Canadian heavyweight champion out of Calgary for the last 4 years. Nobody has been able to take that title from him. Tex Riley, however, fighting back. Mills, of course, sometimes wrestles with his brother Tiny Mills as well. Mills has been wrestling for 19 years. Mills whipped into the corner, and Riley follows in with a hard elbow right into his chin, but Albert Mills fighting back. Sometimes known as Mr. Murder, Mills shows no mercy to his opponents. He's got Riley by the back of the head, but Riley elbows his way out of it. But Mills is not done yet. Delivers a lariat, and Riley's going to roll out of the ring, try and get himself to his feet. Mills has been punishing his first minute and a half. Riley's back in the ring. Riley not afraid, showing that he is not afraid of Mills coming back at him. Goes for the pinfall, gets a 1 count. Barely a 1 count. Mills goes low, misses the clothesline. Riley with a kick, he misses the clothesline again, and Mills puts him into the ropes. And what is Mills gonna do? Sits down on Riley's back, who is up against the ropes, and now he's gonna drive that knee right into the side of Riley's face. driving Riley head first down into the mat. The size advantage that Mills has over Riley might be taking its toll. Mills with some sort of fancy slam off the shoulders, goes for the cover, bit of a cocky cover. And Riley is able to kick out at 2. Mills just sat down on his chest. And Riley's going to get out of the ring again. Mills going to follow him outside. Punching Riley right in the face now. A knife-edge chop. Low kick. Back to the punch. Elbow. Relentless attacking of Tex Riley. Grabbing him by the back of the head and driving the shoulders into his knee. And now a backbreaker on the outside ring, and Mills is just delivering punishment. Hard blow after hard blow to Tex Riley. Riley fighting back. He's able to take Mills off his feet. And now Riley's gonna get back in the ring and stop the count. Mills back in soon after. Whip into the rope. Mills, misses, goes for the splash, but Riley's got the sleeper hold on now. Mills drops down, and Riley's chin, or jaw, was against the top of Mills' head. And that caused him to break the hold. Once again, bringing Riley down into the mat. Mills going for a cover. Riley's able to kick out. Mills has delivered a lot of punishment already. He's going to have to try and deliver some more. There's that fancy slam again. And the cocky cover. But he gets the 3 count. Not even 5 minutes into this match. Al Mills is your winner. Riley was game. He showed a lot of effort early on. We could not secure the win. This unbelievable move, dropping Riley off his shoulders, was enough to get the win. Not on that one, but later on he hit it again.
Here is your winner, Lord Albert Mills.
A little over a month ago, Mills just came within whisker of winning the Canadian Heavyweight Championship here in Ottawa. He looks to get himself in position. Wants a championship challenge from the current champion Vern Gagne. Mills has stated in the papers that he feels Gagne doesn't even deserve the belt. He's a rookie or close to it. He hasn't been in the league that long. In Ottawa was not here for the championship match tournament. Stay tuned. After these messages, we'll come back with our last match of the evening. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the last match. The Canadian Destroyer versus Shawn Michaelson. Let's head down to the ring.
Making his way to the ring from Canada, weighing in at 205 pounds, the Destroyer.
The Canadian Destroyer comes to us out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. 30 years of age. Not as much is known about this masked man other than this is his 4th appearance here on Friday Night Wrestling from the Ottawa Auditorium. He was in the tournament and then faced Vern Gagne the week after the championship was crowned, the week before Gagne won the title. Proudly wears the Canadian flag on his mask.
his opponent, from Windsor, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 320 pounds, Shawn Michaels Sutton.
Shawn Michelson, right here from Ottawa, Ontario, the local boy, making his second appearance, also 30 years of age. Had an unbelievable upset a couple weeks back. This will be his second ever wrestling match. He's got a formidable opponent in the Destroyer. Many people wonder just who that Canadian Destroyer might be. And the bell has rung, and the two men meet in the center of the ring with a tie-up. Michelson using his size advantage to push the Destroyer back into the corner, and the referee is going to have to get between them and break this up. Let's see if it's a clean break. Yes, it's a clean break. The fans on one hand, they want to cheer for Michelson being he's from Ottawa, but there is intrigue and mystery about this Canadian Destroyer. And fast, lightning quick maneuvers. He gives up size to men like Michelson, but he is quicker than a hiccup. And now he's got a key lock. Michelson reversing it into an armbar, into the side headlock. Michelson trying to use some fast maneuvers to get from hold to hold. Destroyer pushes him off, sends him into the ropes. Michelson, however, with a takedown. And Michelson again throwing the Destroyer, this time into the corner. Delivers a Russian leg sweep. Oh, the Canadian Destroyer coming back and dropping to his knees. And Destroyer on top of the action here early on in this match. Missing with a kick. Michelson catches it. Whips Destroyer down to the mat. Now Michelson's in the corner and he's woozy. And the Destroyer's going to drive his shoulder right into the gut. The oversized gut of Michelson. Out into the ring, and now going to slam his foot hard down into his ankle. Goes for the pin cover, but Michelson kicks out. Barely 2 minutes into this match, and Destroyer thinks he's got more advantage than he does. You're a human being is not supposed to bend like that. Destroyer knows that, and he takes advantage. Now he's going to drive his fist. Goes for the cover. Cannot get the 3 count. Armbar of sorts. Fighting his way out. And a chin lock from Shawn Michelson. Just putting his weight, all his body weight, onto the Canadian Destroyer, trying to tire him out, trying to keep the Destroyer from running around the ring and using his speed. That's the way Michelson might get the win. Picking Destroyer up. No, he can't get him all the way up, and Destroyer brings Michelson back down into the ring. But Michelson still has that size. Now Destroyer up. Destroyer back down. Michelson cannot deliver a slam as Destroyer keeps getting himself out of it. And a sleeper hold from the Canadian Destroyer. Michelson able to fight his way out of it. Slamming, finally connecting on a slam, and Michelson very proud of himself. But Destroyer's back up before Michelson's done celebrating. Michelson, however, sees it and does not let the Destroyer get to his feet. The Canadian Destroyer, the size advantage seems to be working in Michelson's favor. Picks him all the way up. Oh, just drops him down like he's nothing. Destroyer, however, still has some fight left in him. And Michelson's going to roll out of the ring. As Destroyer waits. Doesn't able to move fast enough. Destroyer able to get over there and knock him off the outside of the ring to the outside. Delivers a leg sweep takedown. And forces Michelson back into the ring, where he will go to work once again on his opponent. Shawn Michelson is down. Canadian Destroyer still groggy from the abuse he took early on in this match. Michelson rolling out of the way and delivers a clothesline, forcing the Destroyer into the corner, and then just brings him out, dropping him right on his back. Michelson is relentless. Destroyer with a kick to the face. Now Destroyer, he's going to climb to the top of the ring ropes, waiting for Michelson to get up, telling him to get up. Dive. Oh, Michelson caught him. Jumped off the ring, and Michelson catches the Destroyer and slams him down into the mat. And now he's going to drag him back into the center of the ring. Goes for the cover, but the Destroyer is able to kick out. Picking him up over his head once again. Destroyer fights away and drives Michelson into the ring. Now he's got an armbar on. These two men are putting it all on the line, and the Destroyer once again not going to shy away from that top rope. But is he waiting too long by allowing Michelson to get up? Drives an elbow into the top of Michelson's head. I'm not sure how much more a man can take. Goes for the cover. No. Michelson is able to kick out. Destroyer getting pumped up. Once again, he loves those ropes, loves jumping off of them. This man has no fear. Misses with a drop kick type maneuver. And now Shawn Michelson. No, we cannot continue as Destroyer takes him down. Bringing Michelson's head toward his feet. That's not how it's supposed to work. And Destroyer once again going up top. Another elbow or a chop-like maneuver to Michelson's head. Fourth time coming off that top rope. And this time the Canadian Destroyer gets the win. Shawn Michelson was just a statue on that last time, just waited and had nothing he could do. But the power and the strength out of Michelson, unbelievable. Canadian Destroyer, however, survives and gets the win and will move on. This will help him in a quest to try and get the championship. There's where Michelson on the first attempt catches him. But Michelson kept not being able to follow through on his slam attempts.
Here is your winner, the Destroyer.
And the Canadian Destroyer gets the win. Well, it's been an exciting night of action here in Ottawa. Friday Night Wrestling. Thanks for joining us, and until next week, we will see you at the matches.